Hey people, what's going on? It's Jameel, and right now is a major call for celebration. This last couple of weeks, I've been grinding out really hard on the gang stalking, processing through a lot of stuff, and something spectacular happened like within the last week, and I decided to come out with a series of JAMEEL RAWLS before and after, JAMEEL RAWLS before and after, and there's been many, many, many things that have happened like in the last few weeks. Just a lot of things dealing with me, dealing with people I know, family, friends. And I've been hanging around my area for a while now, for a couple of weeks. I haven't really been leaving the area. But I decided to just put stuff out and show people how much I've changed. Okay, so it would be fair for me to say, like, within the last year, within gang stalking, there's been a few things that really changed me. One of the things was I'm a female that lives in my area. I had sent her flowers, and I had done a lot of things. I had done a lot of things like I had went I had went outside and I was like yelling to her that I loved her and stuff. And I don't even know her name. I really don't know her. I don't really know her family that well. But I feel I feel that I've outgrown the whatever connection I had to the female, and I feel that she's outgrown whatever connection she has to me. And because she does things like with, I'm not trying to put her out there or her family out there, but she does things, with the program, and it's to the point now to where I can tell she still feels uncomfortable doing it, and it's just like I want her and her family to feel comfortable with the whole thing, and like if she's supposed to like look at me or come around, I don't want it. She seems very nervous about it, and I think that's like uncalled for. I think that we've both grown enough as individuals to the point to where whatever she does isn't going to bother me, and hopefully whatever I do doesn't bother her. And I have no interest in I have no interest in her anymore, as like emotionally or even sexually or anything like that. I mean that in a positive kind of way. Honestly, I was able to see her up close a few days ago, and I could tell she was like still afraid to look at me, and I couldn't understand. I'm like, why are you? In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like, why are you so afraid to look at me? Like, And she was getting into the car with the guy, and the guy pulled off, and she had to quick put on sunglasses and stuff. And I was thinking, I was like, if it was me getting in the car with a girl, I was like, I wouldn't have a problem looking at you, And so I just want to prove how much I've grown, and this goes back, like this whole experience goes back to March. Goes back to the winter time when me and the girl had met eyes, and I was in a real negative state then, and I felt a deep connection with the girl through that. And a few years before that, she had always showed an interest in me, but I was like really closed off. And so this is when the gang stalking was really intense for me. And then when I had met eyes with her, and we became synced, then I felt like a lot of emotions for her. And, I had like sent her flowers, and I even went outside. I went outside and I was yelling to her that I loved her and stuff like that. And I had put a little sign, like, I had took marker with flowers and stuff and put a sign, I think, it was my front yard for her to see and stuff. And I had never done anything like that. I can't remember the last time I had sent girl flowers before that. And so this was cataclysmic in my change. And it had changed me a lot. And then before I left Phoenix, it was like a really kind of negative experience. But then when I got to Phoenix, my mind got straight, and then when I came back, I realized I was like, all right, man, that's something that's over with. And then I've been building my way up to now, and I realized that she just seems like she's like intimidated to. If I was her, I would just make the money and just go along with it, and just like not make a big deal out of it. Like I have no problem like walking down the street with her, and her even holding hands with another guy or something like that. I mean, if I have a girl with me, I'm gonna do the same thing, So she shouldn't feel embarrassed about doing that to me, because I for damn sure wouldn't feel anything about doing that to her. I mean that in a positive way. I don't mean that like something negative. But all right, so I even have a journal, and this was a journal that I started writing. This is Wednesday, March 23rd, 1:14 p.m. Now, this is when I was writing the journal. After yelling out to her that I love her, I feel we are spiritually, through our hearts, more connected. I did this yesterday, March 22nd, and at the early hour of 7:30 a.m. So, I can't... So I'm writing... So this is me writing this back in March. And basically what happened is I wanted to be with this girl. And I still don't know her, but I wanted to be with her. And then I went through a period where I didn't even know her name. So I would yell out her mother's name and then say her mother's daughter. I'd say, I love you, such and such's daughter. And, okay, in my mind, I can see her laughing and happy, describing to her mother that I had put a sign out for her. Now, that was my perception of it, what she'd be doing. I don't know, What else did I write? Oh, the other day, about 3 days ago, I was able to look her in the eye, and I saw she had layers of love for me. The spiritual and emotional vibration I got was, we are not done yet. That was at the railroad tracks. The program had this girl come to the railroad tracks and look me in my eye. And she seemed so compassionate and kind and loving. And I was like, all right, Jameel, now's the time. Send her, send her some flowers and stuff like that. And so then end up getting detectives over my house. That's what it did for me. That's what they got me. Her father sent a detective to my home to tell me she doesn't live there anymore. God, that's what that got me. All right. These are just journals and journals. And so, God, I can't believe I wrote all this. I was very hopeful about connecting with the girl, that's for sure. But honestly, in all honesty, like not jazzing anybody, I honestly feel like we both outgrown each other. And that's why I'm just making this like this is what the gang stalking program's done for me. It took me for a phase to where I was closed off from the world. And then I tried to interact with this female and like share love with her and stuff. And it didn't work out. So that happened. And then now I didn't know it. The girl, okay, they had this girl with black leggings, black yoga pants, and blonde hair, and I didn't know it, but that was her sister. I hadn't seen her. I hadn't seen her in a long time, and they had a girl driving in a red truck with sunglasses. Then they had the same girl driving in the red truck without the sunglasses. And then I looked her in the eye, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I saw that the same truck was parking at the house. I'm like, that's her sister. But when she was wearing the legging pants, I didn't notice it. And so I'm like, damn, she's fine as fuck. But I didn't know that was her sister when I was saying it, when. But, leaving. Man, this is fucking... Okay, so... And then, okay, see... Okay, so basically what happened is I had opened up my heart and shown emotions to a female. I had never actually done that before. And it's benefited me so much because now I can just do it like off the spur. Like I can just see females. I'm not afraid to connect with them. So this has helped to serve me for the rest of my life. And I wasn't gonna make a video. I didn't want to even make a video about it. I'm just like, man, just like that's her life, that's her business, whatever. But honestly, I felt it was the right thing to do because I see how like she just seems so uncomfortable with the whole thing, and it's like in all honesty, it's like I don't want to bother her. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want anything from her. I just want her to be able to like not feel like she's doing something wrong. So if she's in the car with somebody and she's supposed to be like drive by me and look at me in my eye, that's fine with me. I don't got any problem with that. I don't care. It's like after everything that's happened to me in my life in the last year, it's like God has a plan for me. God has a path for me. I have no interest in the female whatsoever, like at all. 110%, no interest in her. I just want to move on with my life, and so the only reason I'm making this is so she doesn't have to feel like she's doing something wrong, or the family. I don't want it to, like, I just feel like I've outgrown the situation. But hold up. What I was gonna do before I left to Phoenix, what I was gonna do is I was gonna try to stay here and just keep getting spiritually and psychologically better and get into more in shape. And I was still gonna try to win her. On some, here's a bag with some shit. Watch, look. Look at this. This is how much I was trying to get this girl. I had got this shirt from the internet. It said, "I love my redhead." That's how interested I was in the female. Now I want something like her sister. Now I want something. Now I want the damn blonde. I love redheads. So these are. You see, this is the first time I ever opened these. And oh look, I even had. See what else Jameel got here. Now this is all stuff I ordered back in March before I went to Phoenix. No, yeah, back in March, and March, early April. Damn. Now this is a mug that says "I love my red." Now this is stuff I was buying to encourage myself to pursue her, because I was like, man, you know what, Jameel? She doesn't believe you. You just gotta get this T-shirt. I was like, she doesn't believe you. You just gotta get this T-shirt and wear this shirt or something, and do this, do that. It all sounded pretty good. It all sounded pretty damn good. And so, but the only reason I'm able to do this is as proof that I've outgrown the female. I have no interest in her whatsoever. The only reason I'm making this video is to show my personal development, my personal growth. And the most interesting thing, I think, is this journal. Because there's a lot of things about myself that I'm learning by reading this stuff. And I remember just walking for hours and hours and hours, and I'd just be walking and walking, and then out of nowhere, the gang stalking program would have this female just pull up in a car with a guy, and then pull away, and they would do that over and over and over again, and then it just got to the point to where I was just like, man, Jameel, you have to decide what this is going to mean for your life. And you have to decide what this is going to do for your life. And so I just kept seeing her. And then she would keep doing that. And she seemed so afraid. She would never look at me. And I'm just like, why would you do that and then be cowardly about it? Like, why can't you just do what they want you to do? If you're going to do something, just do what they tell you to do. Get your money and go about your business. And the person I am now is not the same person I was then. And then again, going back to when I saw the girl the other day, I looked at her, and then she's doing the same thing. She can't look at me, and then I'm just like, I don't want anybody like that. I don't want to be around anybody like that. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I don't mean that as a negative thing. Like, I still, like, I just say it like, it seems like there's this thing there that's keeping her from doing what she wants to do. It's like, accept the money from the people and do what they tell you to do, and don't feel uncomfortable about it. If you feel uncomfortable about it, then why even, why even, like, it's like, I have no interest in the female at all. None. And I never will. And I'm not interested in talking to her, and I never will be interested in talking to her. But I'm just making the video that this is who I am, and this is how I've outgrown my situations, and like I like learn to overcome challenges and stuff like that. Like if any, her sister's a bad motherfucker. I'm just joking. I don't want the family to. I know the family's gonna be mad. They hear me talk like that about their daughter with the blonde. I did not know that was her sister. I did not. I did not know. I didn't know. Had I known that was her sister, I wouldn't have said anything. I wouldn't have said anything, boy. When she was driving down in that red truck, and she looked me in the eye, I felt like she set me on fire. I was like, ah! I gotta give me one of them blondes. You know what I mean? But I just want to prove, man. I just want to prove like I've overcome so much. I've outgrown this neighborhood. I've outgrown everything that's happened to me, and it's all thanks to the gang stalking program. So, what I want, the kind of female I want, I want one of those badass fucking Barbie doll looking females. You know what I mean? That fucking are like bilingual and all that stuff. Can fucking help me try to do a book or something like that. Like I'm trying to get down, man. Like, you know, I ain't letting nothing hold me up no more. You know, I'm a whole different person, and so I just want to like make a video on that and then just express that, like, you know, whoever that girl is, like, she just go ahead and do whatever the program, you know, whatever the program is setting her up to do, she just do it because, you know, make your money, get your money and stuff like that, and, you know, I mean, get your money while you can, because you might not be able to, there might come a day where you're not going to be able to do it, so, you know, do what you can while you can. But anyway, I just wanted to show people how I had achieved it, and then the girl's mom, her eyes are sexy. She pulled up. I know people heard me on here talking about people's wives and people's moms and stuff like that. I'm not like that. Honestly, I'm not like that. The father's pretty cool. Like, he always wears this baby blue shirt, and he kind of looks like an old pool hustler he looks like one of those old pool hustlers from Chicago. Like, he'd have a nickname like Baby Frankie. Like that. Remember Baby Frankie from back in '76? That Baby Frankie who hit the pool ball on the cue he did that every year until 1981. Like, you know, those like the pool hustlers and stuff. That's what he reminds me of. So I don't mean no disrespect. Like, about your wife or whatever. But your wife's eyes, your wife has some nice eyes. She pulled up on me in this SUV, like her car, and like she drives a real nice car. She just looks at me. I'm like, damn, what was that? Like, I didn't, like, when I saw the car coming, I knew it was a family car, but it wasn't until she looked me in the eyes. And I was like, God damn. I'm sorry, I don't mean no disrespect with that one, but I'm just saying, you know, like, damn, I should have been sending her the flowers. No, I'm just joking. All right.